What's up, kiddos? How's everyone doing today? My air conditioner just cut on, but I had to do this anyway, so I'm pretty sure you won't hear it. I hope you don't hear it. I don't have an intro yet. I'm still working on that. I'm a one-man show, so everything's got to be done myself. And yeah, I'm still working on the background. But all that being said, that's not what you came here for. You came here to hear me talk about The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, aka The Conjuring 3. So let's get into it, shall we? I'll admit, first and foremost, that I am not what you would call a huge Conjuring fan. In fact, I don't think I've seen most of the other Conjuring movies all the way through. I may have seen bits and pieces of them. I think the only one I've seen within this franchise, which is more of a spin-off than an actual mainline Conjuring film, is The Nun, which was a movie that was made. And that's as far as I'll get into that. Maybe I'll talk about it again at a later date in time, but today we're here talking about what the devil made me do. And again, as a person who's not a mainland Conjuring fan, I didn't really know a whole lot going into this movie. But I will say that this movie, sort of changed my mind on this franchise. Made me think that I'm kind of missing out on something. I need to go check the rest of this out. I'm not going to give any spoilers here today. I'm just going to give a general impression. This film once again follows the Warrens as they go on their supernatural misadventures. Mrs. Warren with her powers and her husband who follows her along the way, and it deals with demonic possession and curses. Again, I'm not going to do any spoilers. I'm going to try to say as general as possible because I don't want to spoil it for you. Although, if you're a fan of the Conjuring films, then you pretty much probably already know how this is going to go. And I would say if this film's an indication of how the other ones are, from at least what I've seen of those other films, then you're going to get what you paid for. And it's a solid entry. I don't think it does anything new, doesn't do anything different because these are based off of true stories after all. But I do think that it offers a solid entry. It's filled with plenty of very good jump scares, very good atmosphere, good tension. Like one thing I do appreciate for it is that it is a very good atmospheric horror film. It finds a good balance between atmospheric horror and that jump scare horror. Because personally, I think jump scares, especially within the modern era of horror, are sort of overused and overdone and not really done to the proper effect. They use it just to get a cheap thrill out of you, but really never add anything more than that, thinking that that's just enough. I will say that this film knew how to utilize its jump scares in the right way, so they felt earned, they felt proper, they felt right, and sometimes they came like out of nowhere, which is a good jump scare should. But it was a good mixture of that and the atmosphere. In fact, the atmosphere and the tone are what helped to contribute to those good scare moments. And it knew when to kind of let certain scenes or certain moments breathe. But at the same time, the movie was a little bit slow at points. But I think it still kept good pacing and never really felt sluggish. Like, how can I put it? Like, at one point where I sort of thought maybe it's starting to drag on, that's when actually I realized, no, we're actually starting to get into the finale. We're starting to wrap up here. So it feels like it's going a little slow at a point, but the pacing never really feels off. Like, it never feels like it dips off in that second act. Because a lot of movies do that. They can start off with a good, strong first act, and then they kind of dip off in the second act, and everything kind of comes to a grinding stop before they try to hurry up and pick things up by the third act. And by that point in time, you're already kind of checked out. I will say, because I watched this on HBO Max, that there were points when I did go to check my phone, but the movie always brought me back in. And by the time we start to get toward that finale, I was fully engaged. And the movie overall kept me fully engaged and, enjoying it. So much so that now it's made me rethink how I felt about the entire franchise, and I might want to go back and rewatch all the other movies. Maybe I'll do videos on it. I don't know, but I would say that this movie, it definitely was a win. This was a victory, not a flawless victory, but a victory for the Conjuring franchise and for Conjuring fans. And I'm going to go and watch the other ones, and I might even watch the Annabelle movies too. So I don't know. Do you agree? Do you think this movie was a win? Let me know down in the comments. I do talk in the comments, by the way. I'm not one of those people who says comment just so I can get engagement for the algorithm. No. If you talk to me in the comments, I will actually answer you in the comments. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. No, be honest here. That's what I appreciate. That's how I grow. That's how I learn. And hopefully by the next time we come around, I may have an intro. Until then, I'll talk to you next time. Peace.